So what is it that how do you find clarity? Is it about, is it meditating? Is it walking in nature? Is it doing something else? What is it that works best for you? So I'd really invite you to start thinking about that, and just, feel that in your body. Feel how, when you're present, and maybe as part, how I love doing appreciative inquiry. So I, invite you to maybe think, when is it that I'm most mindful? When is it that, getting still and quiet, maybe you love reading books, maybe you love reading poetry, maybe you love getting a massage, whatever it is. And at the end of practice, we will talk about fasting, because I just started a fast today. So we will explore that. So I invite you to come to your mat. And let me check my camera angle. I think I messed with it. Okay. So just come onto your mat and start dropping into this moment. And as we do that, let's do a body scan. So feel yourself, feel your feet, plugging into the mat. So feel yourself here, really plugging into the mat, softening the knees, palms shine forward. And as I said, this is, a clarity practice, so I'm going to be in your ear a little bit less than normal. And feel the feet root down, the palms shine forward. Eyes are closed, rolled up and in Samvega Mudra. And just feel into the body and see how you feel. How do you feel this morning? How are you feeling from a mind space? How are you feeling in the body? Letting sounds wash over you. And just having our intention here to just be about getting just a bit more clarity. So let's inhale those arms out and up. Reach up, lift up. And then hands down the midline. In our Surya Namaskar. Breath. Hands into the heart space, Anjali Mudra. And then we inhale those arms out and up, reach up, lift up. Exhale the hands down. Inhale, reach up, lift up. Exhale down. Inhale, reach up, lift up. Come on up. Balls of the feet, raising up onto the balls of the feet. The shoulders are down the back. Palms shine up. And then settle those heels down, hands into the heart space. So I'm smiling because Jim made a comment a few moments ago. My dog, which is named Karma, was scratching at the door. And I said, oh, I've got to go get Karma. Karma's scratching at the door. And Jim said, isn't Karma always scratching at the door? Jim, I didn't even get your joke. I love it. Yes. So arch over, bracketing the top wrist with the thumb and forefinger from the other hand. So thank you for that, Jim. Thank you for giving me a moment to finally engage. That's what you get when I'm trying to do too many things. And inhale, lift up. And speaking of doing too many things, that's a perfect example, right? So Jim makes this joke, which is perfect for our practice, about karma is always scratching on our door. Inhale, lift up, and I'm rushing. I'm letting the dog in, I'm getting music started, I'm getting my camera angles going, so I'm distracted and I don't take it in. I don't get it. Arms come down. First forward fold. So when it comes down to clarity, and Joyce mentioned it, getting quiet, getting still. Anand Malhotra, the guru, the teacher of the class that I'm on right now, the Path to Radical Self-Mastery, he talks about how incredibly important it is for us to slow down. Slow down, right? Slow down. Inhale, arch up halfway, flat back. And I did say I'm not going to be in your ear too much, and I promise that will be true. Okay? Exhale down. And then inhale those arms out and up, reach up, lift up. Hands to belly space. And then inhale those arms up. But I will say, and we've talked about this before, but it's been a while, so I'll mention it again. Arch over. Stretching out the side waist. And inhale, lift up. And exhale, go the other way. I can't remember if we went the other way on the first round, so if we didn't, hold this side extra long. Breathe in here. Another breath. And inhale up. And exhale down. So I think y'all know that I'm an educator. I work with teenagers and young adults in college. Soften the knees. I'm the founder of a nonprofit organization, which is called Discovering My Purpose, and we focus on helping youth figure out, who they are, what their passions are, what their strengths are. Inhale, arch up halfway, flat back. And exhale, release. And step that right leg back. Looks like my feet might be off the camera. Oh, no, I guess they're all right. So, hands frame the foot. And what I've noticed, not only from my teaching, but also just from being in the world, is we seem to have this ego need to be seen as being very busy, right? Drop that right knee, drop the hips. It's kind of like a badge of honor to be like shuffling into school in the morning, clutching your Starbucks and just looking sleepy because you were up so late, you didn't get enough sleep because you're so busy. Your life is so full. And I just thought about that for the first time. I connected the dots in a different way. I think all of us want our lives to matter, right? We want our lives to be full. Allow these hips to release. So as a result, we jam our lives full of stuff just to keep us in motion. Maybe keep us distracted, bring those hips back, toes stay down on the left. And then inhale forward. And then exhale it back, toes rise up. So it's like the ego, right? I matter, I'm important, therefore I'm busy. I'm in demand. And the reality is getting clarity is almost impossible when we're rushing about. Because the mind needs time, it needs space, it needs quiet in order to get clear. Inhale forward. Those hips relax down. And the one last thing I'll share, and I've shared this research with y'all before, exhale it back, but I'll mention it again because it's so perfect for this topic, folding over that leg, is they did this research study with doctoral students, inhale forward, who were getting their doctoral degree in they were divinity students, getting their doctoral degree in theology, or plug your hands into the mat and step that left foot back and walk your dog out. So these doctoral students, graduate students, were told, oh my gosh, there's been this schedule change, and one of the professors who's teaching this class isn't available. We need you to go across campus right now to teach this class. Head hangs heavy. Tailbone rises up, heels settle down. Plug those hands into the mat. So the doctoral students, immediately jump up, they grab their bags, and they hurry across campus to go teach this class. Glide forward, plank pose. Breathing here. Feeling heat build in the belly. Stacking bone over bone. And then lift the hips. Head hangs heavy. Good morning, Helen. Thank you for your donation. Another breath. And step that right foot forward. So these graduate students, right, in the School of Divinity, very focused on, obviously, service, serving others. And as they hurried across campus, there was a student, drop that knee, low runner's lunge, right knee right over the ankle, allow the hips to release down, relax down. So there was a person who was in distress. They might have been, I don't know if they were sitting on the sidewalk with their head in their hands, or they were, clearly in need of some help. And the majority of these students rushed by without stopping to help, which was absolutely out of alignment with their values. But they were told, you need to get across campus in order to teach this class, so they rushed and they went. And they did not set those hips back, toes stay down on the right. They did not follow through with who they are, right? Their values to serve, to help people. It was only like 25 or 30% of the students who stopped to help. And that's what happens in our lives. When we get really, really busy, we don't always live in alignment with our values. Or we don't stay connected, we don't stay aware, we don't stay mindful. Set those hips back, toes rise up, fold over the leg. So if there's one thing when it comes down to gaining clarity that I invite you to deeply consider is, how can you slow down? Or maybe the practice, come on forward, maybe the practice is giving yourself permission to slow down, right? Because maybe you've never even thought about it before. Maybe you've never thought about the fact that you do some stuff in life that might feel important, that might be part of your habitual way of filling your days, when in actuality, it's just fluff. It's not really critical. Curl those back toes under, ground the hands, and step it back. Settling one heel down and then the other. Head hangs heavy, tailbone rises up. So this will be a slow flow today. Just allowing yourself to just slow down. And let's widen the knees, touch the toes, sit back into your child's pose. And I invite you to come down here, maybe wrapping the hands around the feet. Forehead melts down onto the mat. And just really say to yourself, I give myself permission to slow down. And thinking about this, think about the fact that you slowing down, taking time, is likely to make your life matter more rather than less. So breathing. Nice big belly breaths, just letting sound wash over you. That's what I'm telling myself, my guys roaming around upstairs. Plugging hands into the mat, curl the toes, lift the hips. My lemonade baron upstairs, head hangs heavy. And then your choice if you want to bring that right leg back and up or not. And we step it forward, coming into your Virabhadrasana 1. Again, everything is slow. So just moving really slow. And just feel here into this body, into this moment. Just asking yourself for clarity. And that search for clarity is really about figuring out what's most important, right? And then open it up into your Vira 2. And straighten that leg. And glide forward, coming into your triangle pose. Tucking that right hip underneath you, left arm reaches up. And if this is really hard for you, woo, my mat needs to be washed, I just slipped. Coming back into your Virabhadrasana 2, thinking about ways you can slow down. You can use the Koan Marie approach. Remember that? And then hands other side of the foot, come on down. That's when we look at something. She uses it for decluttering her house. You look at something and you say, does this bring me joy? Breathing here in your down dog. And your choice, if you want to come down into child's pose, this is a slow flow, so I highly encourage you to do that if that speaks to you. The rest of us, we can go forward into plank and come on down through a vinyasa. So we ask ourselves, does this bring me joy? Hands under shoulders, lifting up, Bhujangasana, elbows hug the waist, beautiful back bend. And then come on down. Curl the toes, lift the hips. Down dog. And if it doesn't bring you joy, you say, okay, does it have to be done? You know? Unloading the dishwasher might not bring you joy, but hey, we gotta unload the dishwasher. So that's the two-part filter, right? And then we foot our left leg back and up, stretch it up, reach it up. If you're in child's pose, I invite you to join us now. And step that left foot forward, coming into Vira 1. Does it bring me joy? No, not really. I won't say it makes me feel joyful to unload the dishwasher. Does it need to be done? Yeah, it needs to be done. Okay. And then you just do the best you can to just do it with a grateful heart, looking at this dishwasher. You could have had to do those dishes by hand. And then if the answer to both of those things are no, doesn't bring me joy, doesn't really need to be done, then don't do it. Opening up, Virabhadrasana 2. Breathing here in your Vira 2. Feeling yourself just in this moment, slowing down, rooting down. Straighten the leg, glide into your triangle pose. And come on. And then inhale it up, Vira 2. Feeling yourself really grounding down, rooting down, being here. So often our minds are off, running into the future or the past, which makes us feel busy even if we're sitting still. So be here. And then hands either side of the foot, come on down. Down dog. And again, your choice. Come on down into child's pose if you really want to slow this practice down. Otherwise, glide forward. Dandasana. Feeling the strength of the arms, the strength of the belly. Keep breathing. Don't hold the breath. And come on down. Ashtanga Pranam. Ground the hips. Hands under shoulders. Bhujangasana. Elbows hug the waist. Find that beautiful squeeze through the back body. Squeeze through the kidneys and the adrenals. And then bring the belly down. And if you're in child's pose, I invite you to come on up into table. Hands under shoulders. Knees under hips. And inhale, lift. And exhale, arch. Just rolling the spine up and down. Change the angle of my camera. Feels like it's a little bit high. So keep rolling up and down in your cat and cow. Close the eyes, roll the eyes up and in, Sambhave Mudra. Giving yourself permission to go slow. Here on the mat and off the mat in life. Slow down. And maybe start making rolls with the hips, rolls with the head. Chin down to the chest. And just have that feel good. And anytime you hit a sticky spot, pause. Slow flow. Eyes are closed if that's comfortable for you. And then curling the toes under on the right. Press back into that heel. Bring the chin into the chest and kind of arch the back part. Should feel really nice. It always feels really good for me, spending time on the computer like I do. And then bring the left ear to the left shoulder, stretching out the scalenes on the right. And then the right ear to the right shoulder. And then bring that leg up, rolling the foot on the ankle. Beautiful, strong line. Make sure to keep that right hip down. Another breath. And then bring the foot across on a diagonal. Walk the hands to the left and look over that left shoulder, stretching out the obliques. Right. And then come back to center. And bring the leg out to the side. I've got to move over a little bit, some kind of geography. Bringing the long edge of the foot flat on the earth and come on up into gate pose. So I know it's hard for you to see my leg, but my leg is pretty much straight out to the side, in line with the left knee. And then come on up And then we put our hands super light on our right leg as we just gently lean over to the right. And then come on down. So this is kind of like balancing half moon arm. So it's about 12 inches in front of the foot, in front of the knee, and out to the side. And if you have a block, it would be nice to put your hand on a block, if that helps you. And then we bring our right leg up and catch our ankle. And breathe here. Feeling that beautiful stretch through, for me, I'm feeling it a lot in my bicep, some in my rotator cuff, some in my quad. Another breath. And then release. Bring that knee down. Hands underneath. Walk the hands forward. Hips over knees and set the heart down. Anahatasana. Puppy dog stretch. Eyes roll up and in, thinking again about clarity and slowing down. And maybe you just say to yourself, maybe that's your affirmation, that, I give myself permission to slow down. I give myself permission to do less. Curl the left toes under, pressing back into that ankle. Chin into the chest. Kind of arch a little bit of that. The upper shoulders, have that feel really good. And then the left ear to the left shoulder. Rolling the head on the neck. Give myself permission to slow down. Bringing that leg up, rolling the foot on the ankle, and then going across on a diagonal. Walk the hands to the right, looking over that right shoulder, stretching out the left side waist. Breathe, 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 breathe. Through center. And bring that leg out to the side, coming up into gate on this side. So long edges of the foot, flat on the earth. And then we bring that arm over, making sure that we're light on the leg. We don't want to put sideways pressure on the knee. And just bend over. And then that hand comes down. About 12 inches in front of the knee and out to the side, palm down onto the mat. And then we float that left leg up, bringing the foot into the hand and lifting up. Press the foot into the hand as the hand holds onto the foot. Breathe in here. Another breath. And then release it down. Knees under hips. Hands reach forward. Melt the heart down. Forehead comes down onto the earth. Roll the head on the neck. I give myself permission to slow down. Slow down. And then reaching back, catching all of the toes, including that pinky toe, so that the pads of the toes are on the earth, not the nails. And lightly grip the soles of the feet and come up onto the knees and rabbit. So the top of the head lightly, lightly, lightly touches the mat. Feel that stretch through the lumbar spine, through the back part. Breathing. release. And walk those hands up. And come on to your seat. Coming up into a wide-legged seat. So with the wide-legged seat, I always like to get my hands behind me and I lift my pelvic bowl up and I roll the pelvic bowl forward. You can also reach back and grab your chunky bits. Get them out of the way because you really want to have the sits bones, the ischial tuberosities, grounding down into the mat because we want the pelvic bowl rolled forward. And if you're still like, oh, I need more help, then grab a blanket and put the blanket under your glutes, okay? Because that'll help, with that additional height on the underneath the hips. It'll help roll you forward. Because there's a tendency I see with a lot of people, especially if your hamstrings are tight, there's a lot of tendency to do this, right? We don't want this, okay? We want to be tall, all right? And we want to have a nice long spine as we fold forward. If you have blocks, I invite you to have them on hand. Maybe you'll need 2. And you just walk those hands forward into your forward fold. And go slow, 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 slow. Knees are straight up, toes are straight up. Okay? Allowing yourself to melt down. We're going slow, right? This whole practice is a slow flow. Going slow. Close the eyes, roll them up and in. And again, ask yourself where you can just welcome a little bit more space into your life. Where can you slow down? So if you have a block, you can maybe bring the block right to the Ajna chakra, 6th chakra. But if you do this and you notice that you're getting really crunched in the lumbar spine, then I invite you to come back up and maybe grab a 2nd block or a 3rd block. Stack those puppies up. I know most people don't have 3 blocks. Breathing here. And then walk those legs up. And bring the left sole of the foot into the inner right thigh. And then we just look to the left. Okay? The right hand lightly presses into the leg as you twist to the left. And then slowly fold over. So we really want that left shoulder back as the arm comes up. And if this is all you do, really sitting up tall, that's fine. As soon as you do this, you've lost the integrity of the pose. Okay? So you really want that shoulder back as you fold over. Taking your time, melting into the pose. Closing the eyes, don't look at me. Feel into your body. Don't compare yourself to anyone. Feel into your body. How does this pose express itself in your body, in your experience? Another few breaths. And then float arms up. And turn over that leg, twisting out so you can catch your right arm on the left knee and just twist it to the left. That should feel really good. And then twist it open to the right. And then soles of the feet together. Baddha Konasana. Allow those knees to drop open, and you can lean to the right as you drop the left knee down. And then you can lean to the left as you drop the right knee down. And then let's bring those legs out wide again and melt down again. Again, knees are straight up, toes are straight up. Make sure that your sits bones are grounded. Your glutes are out of the way. Your pelvic bowl rolls forward. And if you notice that you're getting really rounded through the lumbar spine, sit up. Sit up. Again, close the eyes. Don't compare yourself to me. Don't compare yourself to anyone. Just this is your experience. This is your body. And then walk those hands up. And let's bring the right sole of the foot into the left leg. Okay. And twist to the right. That feels so good. Nice tall spine. Right hand is back to the right of the hip. And then a little bit of a twist to the left. And then that arm comes down and we're folding over on this side. Toes are curled back, pressing the knee down. And keep that shoulder back so you can easily look at the ceiling above the head. And just allow yourself to melt down into this pose. Going slow. And then float on up. And again, twisting to the right. And walk the hands to center. And twist to the left. And let's take our, we're running out of time. Rawr. That's what you get when you go slow. Grab your strap. We'll do our Supta Padangusthasana with twisting on our backs. Because clarity, twisting things out, getting rid of the gunk, is a great practice, great part of yoga. One of the most detoxifying things we can do is to twist. So come on to the back, hug those knees into the chest and rock it out. Squeeze those knees in. Just gently swaying from left to right if that feels good. Have the knees kind of swim around. We've done a fair amount of hip openers. So just really welcoming synovial fluid into the hips, keeping those hips nice and lubricated. And then the sole of the left foot comes onto the earth. Strap around the ball of the right foot. If you have lumbar issues, I invite you to keep that left foot on the floor. If your lumbar spine is A-okay, bring that leg on and draw the leg in. Breathing into the back of that leg. Maybe putting the strap just in the left hand and running the right hand up and down the hamstrings and the calf, like you're you're spreading love on this leg. Gently drawing the leg in a little bit closer. Spreading kindness. Spreading compassion. And just giving your body permission to slow down. Slow down. Draw that leg in. And then let's take our twist. So maybe you drop the strap and you just go a knee on knee twist. The knees go to the left as we look to the right. Or maybe you wrap the legs if you want a little bit of a deeper twist. Or the left leg can extend long and you can bring the strap in close to the hand. What's most important is that that right shoulder stays down. Okay? The strap with the leg extended is the deepest of the variations. So listen to your body. Another breath. And then gently unwind and bring that leg up overhead. Snuggling the leg in again. If your leg is kind of shaking or trembling, that's okay. Yay! My husband left so he won't be banging around for Shavasana. I'm glad. Straighten that leg out. Come on down. Try not to kick your head. Ooh, and just allow the hands to be soft on the belly and just feel how that whole right side of the body, it's like we did the leg, but I can even feel it in the glute. It feels like it almost extends up the waistline. That whole right side of the body is just long and relaxed. So just melt down. And again, just saying to yourself, I give myself permission to slow down. It's okay. It's okay to do less. My life will matter more if I do less. It's ironic, isn't it? My life will matter more if I do less. Because again, when you do less, grab your strap. If you released your strap, put it around the ball of the left foot. When we do less, it allows ourselves to settle. It allows our minds to settle so that we have the necessary space to come to understand what's important, what matters. So if the strap is in the right hand, maybe running the left hand up and down the leg. Going slow. Giving your body permission to slow down. Slow down. Draw that leg in. Now take the twist of your choice, scooching your hips a little bit to the left as we bring that left leg down to the right. Keeping that left shoulder down on the earth, looking over the left shoulder. And really draw the belly in, draw the belly, draw the breath into the belly. Wringing out the internal organs. bring that leg up overhead. And draw the leg in. Again, spreading love and compassion and kindness on this leg that serves you. Sending appreciation into this body. And then dropping the strap and extend the leg long. And come on down into your Shavasana. The feet flop open. And we'll be here for a little bit, so if you'd like to have legs up the wall pose, that's a lovely way to really calm the system down. Viparita Karani means the pose that defies age and death. So if you're like, Laura, I'm in the middle of a room, or I've got all kinds of stuff along my walls, it's hard for me to take Viparita Karani. Then take your block, put it long ways so that the length of the block is along the width of the hips. Put the block right underneath the sacrum and pop those legs up. Okay? So this is a variation of Viparita Karani. And there shouldn't be a whole lot of effort in holding those legs up when you have your hips on the block. All right? So you take the Shavasana version that speaks to you and just allow yourself to melt down. Giving yourself permission to let go. The whole body relaxes down. Melts into the earth. Breath by breath, if you notice that you've gone somewhere else, gently bring yourself back here. Giving yourself the gift of your presence right here. And if you've taken Viparita Karani, legs up the wall, and you want to keep on keeping on, beautiful. If you feel ready to transition into traditional Shavasana, beautiful. So some words from Rumi as you continue to relax in your Shavasana. Rumi writes, "The garden of the world has no limits except in your mind. Its presence is more beautiful than the stars, with more clarity than the polished mirror of your heart. Rumi goes on to say, everyone sees the unseen in proportion to the clarity of his heart, and that depends upon how much he has polished it. Whoever has polished it sees more unseen forms become manifest to him. So again, everyone sees the unseen in proportion to the clarity of his heart. And that depends upon how much he has polished it. So maybe putting your hands over the heart as you're still laying on your back in Shavasana. Saying to yourself again, I give myself permission to slow down. I give myself permission. When we do less, it allows our mind to settle. So as you're ready, bringing movement into your bodies, wiggling fingers and toes, rolling hands on the wrists, rolling feet on the ankles, rolling the head on the neck, and then carefully roll over onto the right side and cradle the heart and give yourself the biggest hug. Wrap those arms around yourself. Just sway back and forth. And carefully press yourself up into an easy seat. Bring the hands to the heart space. Let's take a nice big inhale as we om out together. Oh my gosh, that was so perfect. Y'all are in Shavasana and Cooper flushes the toilet. And it's a loud toilet.